All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Witty's Outdoor Reviews. Hey, I wanted to say something real quick that my last video, it's got more views, over 1,000 views, which I know to some people that's not a lot, but to me that's everything. That means people are watching, people are being engaged. And I want to thank everybody, new people, older subscribers, new subscribers, people that have just watched. From the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you. I do this so people don't have to spend their money to see something, to know if it's worth anything, how it's made, what it's like. So, I mean, I do it so I can get products, I can look at them, and it's stuff I've been looking at. So I figured, man, you know what? Why not share? Why not give back, right? If I'm going to take the time to buy something and it's junk for me, then it's probably going to be junk for thousands of other people. Right now, just hundreds. But in time, maybe thousands will see these videos and they'll say, you know what? Thank God I looked at that, or I saw that before I actually purchased something that I've been looking at. So that being said, typically, once a week I'll go into my local Walmart and I always go down the camping aisle, clearance aisle, but typically the camping and sporting goods aisle, just to see what they have. And 2 days ago, I walked in and I saw something, new items that I've never seen before in the camping section. I've seen the company, but I've never seen this, this line of things that they're putting out now at Walmart. You used to get a bunch of, Ozark Trail stuff and UCO stuff, but UCO's kind of going away, and you still have your plethora of Ozark Trail stuff. And let me be honest, not all Ozark Trail stuff is junk. I've got some Ozark Trail stuff that I'm really surprised lasted as long as it did, and definitely is decent made quality that I've taken camping. But thank you for staying to this point. Oh, and before we get started, cheers, guys. Cheers. This is a new lineup. Old company, but new lineup. This is a Swiss Tech. And this is like, I don't know, just in their camping section, you're going to start seeing a bunch of these white boxes. I've never seen them before like this. Typically like Swiss Tech knives they had, and multi-tools. They have Swiss Tech multi-tools, folding knives, fixed blade knives, and also Swiss Army knife type tools. But I've never seen a kit like this, or we're gonna zoom out real quick, a saw like this. So anyways, like I said, I was in my local Walmart. I saw these, and these aren't really bad priced, in my opinion, for how they're made. Now, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. People say, oh, Swiss Tech is junk. Well, yeah, if you're getting a Swiss Tech pocket knife and you're comparing it to a Benchmade, yeah, it's probably not, equal. But looking at this line, they did some things that I think bridges the gap a little closer, in my opinion. This is just me talking. I'm not a specialist. Swiss Tech doesn't sponsor me. I bought all this stuff with my own money. There's 3 parts to this kit. So there's this part, there's a saw, and they also have a hatchet. I haven't got the hatchet yet, but I will go back and get that to complete the little kit here, just because I think it's cool and I like it. But each piece is $29 and some change. So $29, 29, so 30, let's just say $30. 30, $90, you could have the whole, in my opinion, 3-piece kit. I don't know if there's any more parts, but at my local Walmart, those are the 3 that are there. So you get this, and then the hatchet. So first thing we're going to jump into is this Loadern kit, which it says it's a campfire essential tools with a fixed blade knife. It says it comes with the fixed blade knife and sheath, a tinder scraper, pocket bellows, flint wheel sparker, magnesium block, and EDC carry pouch. So we're going to dig into this. And you can tell, I mean, they spent some money on the boxing on these. I mean, they explain what everything is, which helps me. So I don't have to just tell you what I think it is. I can actually tell you what it is. And it's all, I mean, it's laid out in there pretty nice, so you can kind of see everything that's in a kit. I think it's well packaged, to say the least. But we'll show you everything, and then we'll kind of go over each individual. So you've got your knife. And I guess this would be your EDC pouch. And this actually feels like a really thick, almost a canvas type Kedora fabric. But, you know, they got the little Swiss Tech logo on there. Their little logo there. That's Velcro, so you can put a patch on it if you want to hide their logo. And basically it's a belt loop with the little carrying handle. So you would have to, you know, there are things out there that you could buy to hook this type of strapping to a MOLLE system. So it's not like you couldn't hook this to your backpack. But it's made to be, it's designed to be worn on a belt. Or thrown into a pack, day pack, backpack, whatever. And it's not very big. So we'll go ahead and, like always, I want to make sure I'm telling you all right. We'll go ahead and take some measurements here. So overall, it's roughly 6 inches by 5 inches. And I would imagine everything being in there, yeah, about 1.5 inches thick. So pouch you get with it, and then your little tinder scraper. So if anybody ever have seen these, basically you get you a branch, you take the bark off of it, you find you some hardwood or some fat wood, you scrape it, and then you're dropping down small little pieces of tinder that you can use to start a fire. So Swiss Tech got a place where you could run some paracord through there. Doesn't come with any, but basically cheese grater that they use for scraping a branch to make tinder. And it's not cheaply made. It's pretty hard. It is plastic on the back. Looks to be stainless on the front, but it's beefy. I mean, look, it doesn't, I'm squeezing really hard and it barely bends. So it's not something I think it's going to break very easy. Now, yes, if it's down on the ground and you step on it, I mean, I weigh 250 pounds. There's a good chance if I step on this with my heel, I might crack it. Not 100% sure, but it is well, it seems to be pretty well made. And with one hand, I can't really squeeze it at all. But with two hands, I can make it bend. So, pretty robust for plastic. And other than that, all you have is your nice box. So, let's go to the first thing we took out of the kit, which is the knife. So, they're saying the fixed blade knife is a full tang, which they're using AUS steel, AUS 8, which is AUS 8 steel. The good thing about AUS 8 is it's pretty close to like a 440 steel. I would say that's the closest thing. And there's only, I can't remember what they are, S something, 187 or whatever. There's a couple steels that are better than this for knife. So that puts this pretty high up there steel-wise. And you can tell it's full tang. And it actually has a G10 handle. A G10 scale handle. I really like that they're using G10 on these. So you got your spine jimping around across the back, which, you know, I can live with it or live without it. I much would rather have a 90-degree spine. But it does feel like it could be used with a fire starter. Hey, remember, if any of y'all followed me from my last video, we bought this little thing. And the only way I could get it to spark was with my Mora knife. So, let's try it out. Ooh, okay. Now that we got the coating off of it. So even though this has the jimping across the back, it did spark. And did no damage to the knife or the coating, actually. So that is a 90 degree. I actually like that. That it's got the jimping on there, but we were still able to cast spark. So now this thing's not as useless. I might even stick it in this kit. Because this is my Mora knife for the only things I was able to get this thing sparks off of it with. So anyways, you can tell that it's a weird contour on the blade. It's more like a rounded style blade, but the sharpness goes all the way to the top. And it is sharp. It's actually super sharp. I'm actually surprised. And just to check, oh yeah, it's a part that you can see. I'm barely pressing. And yeah. She's shaving, so it does come super, super sharp. One thing that they're saying that they have done is this is actually 550 cord. Well, not 550 cord. Let me take that back. It's paracord, but it's a fire starting paracord. So the strands on the inside are fire starting strands. So that's kind of nice to know, right? That you have that this is not just a lanyard in a pinch. You can expose the fibers, and they're highly flammable and they're light. Now, it's hard to read what it says there, but I actually do like the way it fits in the hand. It feels like it would be easy to carve and, move around. So if you're, carving the spoon, if you're making some wooden stakes or pegs. So the only thing I don't like is that it's serrated. I actually wish they would have put more of a Scandinavian grind on it and left it not serrated. I really don't like anything that's serrated. But if they would have made that a little bit beefier and put a Scandi grind on it, I still could have used it for batoning. I think you still can. But I do like the way it feels in the hand. I actually thought it was going to be real slim and a small handle. But with that, with that place for your finger, the finger coil, it actually, maneuvers well, I think. So that's your knife. And then, of course, you got your sheath. And I always like to see, because if there's that click, if you hear that click, and if it's a tight click, and throw it on the ground, Jake. If you could wear it upside down, and the knife won't fall out. So, and you can tell, it's not like it's real hard in there. It pulls out fairly easy, but you saw I shook the crap out of it, sorry, and it didn't fall out. So you could wear it upside down. This clip, you can turn it, you can change direction. And then of course you have all the holes, so you could put it on a chest rig or put it on a strap of your backpack, put it in your pocket. And from the pictures I saw in the box is they have it designed to, I think, fit right here. So you can fit it like that. All right, it's got that little thing in the back, so it's going to loop around your belt. Or you could put it this way. I like it better that way because it's not going to fall out. All right, so next thing you have is what they're calling, what I also like here is you have this other extra pocket. So you can put a couple pieces of fat wood in there, some fire tinder, anything like that you can put in here. So you can add to this pack. There's also a pocket in the back. It's not quite empty. We'll get into that in a minute. But And that's just a warning label. But other than that, you can still add to this kit. This is your pocket bellows. It comes in a nice little carrying case. And okay. So, not bad. It extends pretty long. I'll give you a measurement. Just so we know. It extends out to about 19¼ inches. And of course, this is a part, if people don't, you've never used a bellows, it kind of seems like you would blow through this thin end. No, you want all the breath or wind, air, whatever you want to call it, concentrated out of the smaller tube to give more force. So basically, if you're fire struggling, or if you get a ember and all you have is an ember left, you can just blow in this end and hopefully reignite. So, and this kit's fairly lightweight. I'm gonna get everything inside of it, and then we'll kind of weigh it and see what it weighs. I bought a new scale today too. It's my birthday, March 27th, 1973. So that'll tell you how old I am.
God, you are aging so rapidly.
But it's my birthday, and you know, these are kind of some happy birthday to me gifts. But I wanted to review them because if anybody's seen the kit and was like, I don't know, that could be junk. I don't know. I'm going to review it just so you know. So if you see it, or if you have saw it, or if you haven't seen it, man, go to Walmart, check them out. So far, I mean, it seems to be well made. This is very thick. I actually really like the pouch. I wish it was some of the pouches I've bought from Amazon and Temu. I kind of wish they were made more of this material. This is a flint wheel sparking tool. So, yes, it's got a little arrow and it says strike this way. Let's see. Oh, well, that actually tosses quite a few more sparks than I was thinking. All right, a bunch of smoke went everywhere. So you can put it on your belt. It's also got a place for, you know, some paracord or whatever, some leather strap. Okay, so this unscrews and, oh, all right. So you've got a piece of tinder in there. Usually when I have things like this, I don't know if this is, it doesn't say. I'm trying to see if it says if it's like coated with anything. It just says comes with 1 easy light tinder and 3 spare tinder rods. So I don't know if it's coated with anything, but man, it's got this nice little plastic sleeve. And I would just rub a little bit of Vaseline on it because, man, that stuff lights pretty good and it lights for a while. You don't have to, but it's got a nice little O-ring, so your tinder will be waterproofed if it's in this container. And this container is made out of aluminum. And these were the extra 3 little tinder tabs. They came with it. They were in the very back pocket back here, but it did come with spares. So you can keep the spares with you, and basically, I mean, you got a nice little kit here. And they come with one of these. I'm sure you've seen these. If you haven't seen these, Walmart sells them. They're made by a million different brands. And it's just basically a magnesium block with a ferro rod on the end of it. So what you would do if you've never seen one, and guys, for the guys out there that have seen all this stuff before, I'm just going in the detail for people that don't know. So if you want to skip through this part, but basically you could shave off pieces of this magnesium as your tinder, and then use this to strike an arc and to catch it on fire. Magnesium burns fast, real hot, so it'll help light wet tinder, or, you know, non-perfect tinder. It just helps, but you have to scrape off a bunch of this. I've seen people throw like 4 or 5 little shavings and think that's going to light something. Typically, you want to maybe a nickel or a quarter size circle of this stuff, about a quarter of an inch. That's what I've seen that works, because that'll light long enough, hot enough, and put enough flame out to light. If all you had was like pencil sized tinder, it could light that stuff if you have a big enough pile. So nice that they threw that in there. I mean, it takes up the slot, right? But all in all, I think the kit's, I think it's really serviceable. I do like the fact that, everything fits in there. Everything has its place. I like that they put the bigger piece to the back, away from the zipper. So you don't have to kind of, when you peel it open, you can see everything in there. I do like the fact that, everything seems to fit in there well. And that's a pretty stout clip on there. I don't know if I'm going to get it clipped. There we go. I don't like stuff that just fall out. If it's got a clip, I'm going to use it. Extra tender. Like I said, you do have this mesh pocket here. Another pocket in the back. Place for your knife on the front. And as you can tell, I keep putting this thing in backwards. To me, it looks like it wants to go this way, but it will only fit in that way. But not a bad little kit, man. They're just throwing a backpack. Throw it in your truck, in your glove box. I actually think it's pretty cool. I'm going to throw it in my bag. I'm going to replace one of my other saws with this saw. Oh, that's probably what goes in the back or in the front. So you can put this here. I'd prefer to take these, stick them inside, take this, shove it in there, and then I got some extra room for some fat wood or whatever, anything that I want to stick in there, some fire starting pellets or whatever. And it actually looks like, so it could expand more, so you could stick some more stuff in there if you wanted to just make it your own, right? Add some of your stuff in here. I make my little homemade fire starting tabs, which is just paraffin wax over top of a nosebleed cotton, I guess, roll. You break, it's in the cotton's infused with Vaseline. I melt the Vaseline, stick the cotton in there, let it sit, pull it out, dip it in paraffin wax that I've added coloring to. I basically take color crayons, melt it down at the same time. And that way they're waterproof. Break it open, split up the fibers. But you could put several of these in there with it. So if you wanted to add something like that to your kit. All right, we're going to set this aside and we're going to go over the saw. And this is a pretty big saw, and I'm probably going to have to zoom out. Sorry, y'all, I'll have to see my messy desk that I do all my reviews on. But this is a folding saw. Okay, and you can see, this is in its stored position. It's roughly 16¼ inches, and to the fattest part, you're looking at about 1 inch and 5/8. No, 1 3/8 inches. So 1 3/8 inches, and I doubt it's roughly about 1 inch on this side. So it's not very big. It's light. I can tell you that by holding it. So I don't know if it says what this is made out of. We'll look real quick. All right. So the frame's lightweight aluminum. It's got a anodized aluminum frame. So it's their way of keeping it light, but also with the corrosion resistance on the coating. It's got a full-size 14-inch saw blade, which they're calling a raker tooth pattern saw blade, and snap locking blade with a neutral grip and a rubberized non-slip handle. So, as you know, or you may not know, but Swiss Tech always puts a little bit of red in everything that they have. You can tell there's a little bit of red on everything that they make. So basically you do that. All right, we're going to zoom out. Well, we may not have to zoom out. Well, maybe we do. I don't know. It's my first time doing it, guys. So Gerber makes a saw that's almost just like this. So we'll flip it around. And where's it go? All right, there it is. So you have that little thing. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you have that little tab that goes through the eyelet. And then I would imagine we just clamp it, and there you have your saw. So like I said again, guys, this is a 14-inch raker style blade, if you can see the design there. I'm going to zoom back out so we can kind of see the blade better. It's got a plastic little sheath on there. Now you could probably see it. So all in all, I mean, it's light. It is light. It's longer than my saw that I have in there now, my folding saw. So yeah, I like it. And I think, let me weigh some stuff here so we can see kind of what stuff weighs. Because I'm going to compare it to my Bahco Laplander, is what I currently have in there now. So let's go with, I guess we need to go with ounces. So it weighs 11.9 ounces. The little kit weighs 13.7 ounces. Let's weigh it again. 13.4 ounces. I didn't have it zeroed, sorry. All right, zeroed, put it on there. I didn't change the units when I set it down. Sorry guys, sometimes it's hard to film and do this all at the same time. All right, 12 ounces. So somewhere in between there. Compared to my Bahco Laplander that's currently in my bag, half the weight. So, but half the cutting width. So you're going to sacrifice, if you're replacing one, you're going to sacrifice weight for length, length for weight. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get the hatchet next. We'll review that. But I just wanted to give you all a real quick video. Please do me a favor. If you're new, please subscribe. Please like the video, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. Our last video did really well. Just so everybody knows, if you're still on this video, then you're a lucky one. We're up to almost 75 subscribers, which I know that's not a lot, but that's a lot to me. When we hit 100, I want to give something away to the person that leaves a comment, or the last comment that I receive when I hit 100 viewers. If that person's willing, I'll send them a message. Maybe we can connect. Give me an address, and I will send you something. Not going to say what it is, but I've got a lot of things, and I'm just going to, hey, it's from me to you. It's something that I've tried, I like, and I'm going to share that with somebody. And we're going to start small. So anyways, guys, appreciate it. Love y'all. See you on the next episode. We've got one coming out within the next day or so.
That's all, folks.